We are husband and wife. We've been together for 33 years. Uh, Both PhD pharmacists. Met in Paris. We did the PhD pharmacy in Paris. And we spent together, we have more than 50 years of experience within the pharmaceutical industry. We know the traditional medicine, um, current medicine, chemical medicine, the industry medicine comes with side effects. And as you said, Velma, they focus mostly on symptoms. We are trained uh, at medical school, pharmacy school, to focus on the symptoms and try to cope with them. Personally, I struggled with a long-term autoimmune disease for many years, and I had to take heavy medication to keep my uh, Crohn's disease under control. But throughout our whole life, we were looking for alternative, and we found the alternative in natural approaches, um, focusing on the mind and the body, and nourishing the body properly, nourishing the mind properly, allowed me, after 30 years of chronic medication, to stop taking treatments. I have been off chemical medicine for the last 5 years. Uh, Usually, when I used to stop my medication for Crohn's only 3 days, my disease would hit me with vengeance very aggressively. Now, since I started practicing and implementing my new lifestyle, my life has have completely changed. When that happened with my wife, we decided to make a change, take it as a mission, and share with the world that there is an alternative. I quit my job in the industry, and 2 years ago, we created our company called Destination Wellness uh, to bring people along with us to that destination that is wellness and well-being. Um,
All right. Danielle is 58 years old, friend of my friend in France. And she is a kind of a tall and slim woman with an appearance of, mountain hiker. She looks really very fit when we look at her. But when I see her like a few times at my friend's house, she always has a smile on her face, but something feels strange. I can see like she always have her eyebrows frowning. Hmm, that's kind of weird. And um, September 2019, Danielle starts to feel some strange pain that is surging slowly in her body. She can feel that her shoulder becomes stiffer, and she hardly able to move and to do the movements as usual. And she notices that the pain are centered in her joints everywhere, shoulders, sitting bones, elbows, and in the knees as well. And the sitting bone is so much painful that she cannot sitting anywhere in any chair. And she cannot even get up, just pull herself up the stairs to go to her bedroom every day. So this time, Danielle feels so desperate about the pain. But the doctor ends up by doing all the tests and announced to her that her condition is something which is called rheumatoid arthritis. And that completely put Danielle down the road, no morale. And she said, why this is happening to me? But I don't want to have those steroid pills anymore. They make me feel like, put on weight. I feel that water retention in my body. Look at me, how I look awful. I used to look really fit and slim. I feel really awful about these steroid pills. I don't want them anymore. So no more medication. I don't want it. So at that time, Danielle keeps searching about comes at the time when we expected the least. And that is in summer that follows. I meet Danielle again at my friend's house, and I explained to her then that she should try healology, which is the art of self-healing. I tell her, you know, Danielle, you should trust your body blueprint and the power of your mind, because the mind can control whatever your body is functioning. You need to find the root cause of your problem. Because very often when you go to see doctors, what they are treating you is only the symptoms. The cause of your struggle today may reside in yourself, is lie probably deep down in your emotions and subconscious. So let me help you to find out what is really the root cause. And then once that is done, the healing is already halfway through. And only 4 weeks after we start the self-search and this work, Danielle starts to really feel much better. She can move much more easily, and she can recover a lot of daily activities more easily. She can even climb the steps. She was so excited when she tells that to me, that, oh, I can now climb the step without my arms, just only with my legs, 2 step by 2 steps, because it's one step is too tight.
As you can see, these two guys are really dealing with the symptoms, and they're working hard to clean the water from the floor. But probably they're going to need more help because they are ignoring the root cause. It was just simply go back and close that faucet. This is what we do. We focus on the symptoms and we forget to look at the root cause to stop this problem at the roots. Not dealing with the symptoms. So this is not going to go anywhere, is it? Okay. The story of Danielle with her rheumatoid arthritis is a good example and a good lead for me to talk to you about, more than rheumatoid arthritis. Velma mentioned different diseases. Lupus is one of them. They have one thing in common. They are all autoimmune diseases. And what do we mean by autoimmune diseases? An autoimmune disease is that the disease that attacks the tissues near the joints and other body parts. This is how you find the definition of rheumatoid arthritis in the dictionary on the internet. But don't you want to wonder why? Why is that happening? Why is it autoimmune? This is just a simple list of examples of autoimmune diseases. Rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, IBDs, Crohn's is one of them, multiple sclerosis, type 1 diabetes, the Guillain-Barré syndrome, Hashimoto, thyroiditis, and so on and so forth. Why these diseases are called autoimmune diseases? To understand that, I invite you to understand first the function of the immune system. How does it work? How does our immune system work? First of all, an autoimmune disease appears when there is an abnormal overactivity of our immune system. When it takes place, then the body attacks and damages its own tissues, its own organs. It could be the lumen of the gastrointestinal tract. It could be the joints in rheumatoid arthritis. It could be the forgot, I had another example in my mind. It could be the myelin sheath that protects the neurons in multiple sclerosis. These are immune cells that are supposed to protect us, but for some reason they attack our system. Now, our immune system is a network of tissues to clean our body. So why is it that some of these cells, they come and turn against our own body? How does that happen? Autoimmune diseases happen in response to an unknown trigger. This is what medicine tells us. What is unknown trigger? When that happens, the immune system begins to produce antibodies that, instead of fighting infections and bacteria and microbes, they start attacking the body's own tissues. And that is the case in rheumatoid arthritis and in lupus and in Crohn's disease and so on and so forth. But what is this unknown trigger? Where is it coming from? Yeah, you may wonder, how can I stop it? Why it manifests itself in some people and not in others? Why it manifests itself in spring and not in winter? Why it manifests itself when I am under a lot of stress and not when I am on holiday, or vice versa? There could be a reason for that. So that, what we used to call the trigger, you know, when we know more about the power of the mind and the thought, the stress that we put ourselves under, the emotion, that is the real trigger. When we acknowledge that trigger and we go and look for it, simply in healology, identifying the root cause of your problem is halfway through your healing. That's you already know it. You put your fingers on it.